morning and welcome to another program of Light and Life. Coming to you from Melbourne, Channel 31. Next discussion is between Bandu and Kingsley about aging.
Good morning, Kingsley.
Morning, Bandu.
Morning, Kingsley. Actually, before the advent of modern chemistry, those who were dabbling in science, if we were to call it science, were called alchemists, mainly because they were trying to find an elixir, some way of prolonging life or living forever, and also to make precious metals. So this finding an elixir or finding ways and means of prolonging life and maintaining the vigor of youth has been an age-old preoccupation of humankind. Mm-hmm. So with your readings, what have you found recently on aging?
Well, Bandu, you're right, because this question of aging has been a topic of discussion from time immemorial.
Yeah.
People have been fascinated by it. They have been looking for answers to see how you can do that, and talking about the fountain of youth.
Right.
Now, what I read was that you know that the oldest person on record lived to be 122 years.
Actually, I saw that on TV, one Japanese lady.
Yes, so now the thing is with aging, I know we don't have to repeat this because everybody knows, your body shape changes, right? Because your body consists of, as you know, fat, lean tissue, bone and water. Now, after the age of about 30, your body composition changes with more fat and less tissue.
Right.
But more importantly, I don't know whether most people know that after the age of 40, on an average, a person loses in height about 1 centimeter every 10 years.
Right.
So aging, people have been looking for ways of doing this. Now, scientists have looked at this, and now from what I read, that there are 2 theories being put forward, or 2 main theories.
Right, of aging.
Of, the reasons for aging.
Right.
The first one, which is that we are all programmed to live a certain length of time.
Through our genes.
Through our genes. And that, after that, your genes or your DNA triggers a code, and your repair process slows down until you ultimately die. Now, this theory is called the gene expression theory of aging.
Right. So that means, basically what it means is that when we are born, we are programmed to live a certain length of time.
Right.
And after a given time, the cell repair and all these mechanisms slow down.
Right. Now, Bandu, the second theory is that over time, our body and our DNA gets damaged.
Right.
Now, that could be due to lifestyle, or it could be
environmental changes
and various others. As you know, the DNA, human DNA, is bundled into what they call chromosomes. Now, and at the end of the chromosome, there is what's called a telomere. Now, the body regenerates cells, and the DNA is copied into these cells. And every time it is regenerated, this protective end of the chromosome, which is the telomere, becomes shorter and shorter. Ultimately, it dies.
Right. That's one cause of aging.
So it is then, to sort of put it in a brief fashion, it is more a question of neglect than intent or evolutionary thing.
that's the part that we have got some control.
Well, that is the part that we have some control in our lifestyle changes, the way you, the way you live, and in fact, one theory says that the less calories you put in animals, they find that they live longer.
So that's on animals that they've tested.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that is what they call the stochastic theory of aging.
Right.
So now, Bandu, going back to this thing about the gene, that what you inherit. Now, some scientists believe that they will find some sort of solution to alter the gene or to do something. In other words, to control this gene from slowing down the repair process.
Actually, Kingsley, even through natural processes like mutation and so on, that they have proven that the life can be prolonged.
Yeah, that's true. So the thing is, so they believe, the mutation is really the permanent change in a genetic element.
Yeah.
So that's another way they are trying to see. Because, in a bad way is that, mutation of a gene affects, what they call the Werner's syndrome.
Yeah.
That is premature aging.
Yeah.
So now they are trying to find this. Now the important thing is, Bandu, this. It is a good sign that the scientists, the medical profession, and the researchers are treating this as a curable thing, a thing which can be addressed, and that it is treated more like a disease than an inevitable thing.
Right.
So, hopefully, that may not be in our lifespan, but hopefully, within the next couple of generations, they might find some way of either positively applying some sort of mutation for the gene, or to find what you can do if the other theory is correct and if neglect is the problem, what you can do, or even find a drug or some sort of medication.
Yeah, talking about drugs, actually, I read a report in Scientific American in 2002, which says that although there's quite a number of products in the market today, none of them have proven to have any effect on prolonging life.
Right.
But at the same time, as you said before, the calorie restriction has shown signs of prolonging life, and today's the drug industry is trying to find a drug that can mimic that calorie restriction so that the cells stop aging.
Yeah, so, I tend to sort of favor the theory that there's something you can do in order to minimize this through lifestyle changes. But
so we all live in hope.
Anyway, so it is a good topic, and it is something which whenever I see an article or some research on this, we will bring it to the notice of the viewers to see how the scientists approach the problem of aging.
Okay, Kingsley, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bandu.
Thank you for listening in today. Till we meet you again from another program next Tuesday, I am Mihiri Disanayaka.